Hi, my name is Sid Ravi. I'm here with Anika the Raker, Arjuna Langovin, Shreya Mori, and Sarah Jadhav, and we're so excited to bring you this product. Jordan wakes up in the morning. She looks at her alarm clock in horror and realizes that she's about to be late to school. As she quickly scrolls through her phone notifications, she sees that her friends have been fighting all night, her boyfriend is texting her for the first time in a week, and notices that all of her grades have dropped. She brushes these emotions to the sides and goes downstairs to hear her mother and stepfather yelling at her consistently about all of her flaws, how her grades aren't high enough, how she isn't prepared for 4 tests that are coming up today, how she has a basketball game and she hasn't practiced for it. As these things are coming at her, she feels her heartbeat starts to rise and her breath starts to shorten. And as she sits on the bus, she realizes that she's incredibly stressed and has no way to handle these emotions properly. She's all alone in her journey. We created this product to help teens like Jordan deal with their everyday lives. The first thing that we did was try and understand the problem of teen stress. What we found was that teen stress is a chronic societal problem, with 1 in 3 teenagers reporting these feelings. We saw that this impacted the quality of life, sometimes even cutting it tragically short. The most staggering thing that we found was that teens are the most vulnerable and most underserved when it comes to the stress they have, with only 1 in 3 teenagers actually receiving adequate professional help for their stress, which is why we created this product. Enter Relivium, a play on the Latin word for relief. Relivium is an application that will relieve teens of the stress they have, allowing them to relive their lives. Relivium is a social platform which helps teenagers deal with chronic stress and anxiety and take control of their emotional well-being.
Looking at the success apps like Headspace and Calm, our first idea was to have a similar app, but more tuned to teens. We bounced that off with a circle of friends, and surprisingly, while almost all felt a strong need for a solution, we didn't find much enthusiasm for apps that just offered meditation or stress-busting exercises. We then pivoted to a more holistic stress lifecycle management concept. We did a formal survey with 100 students, teachers, counselors, and psychologists and found very strong validation, so we were on the right track. However, speaking with counselors and psychologists, we were made aware of ethical, legal, and regulatory challenges of diagnosing and treating stress, with all the FDA approvals involved and potential for legal liability. This led us to refining and pivoting to a social platform position rather than a medical treatment platform. After that, we did 2 more rounds of research on nuts and bolts of which features will create more value, and we received very valuable insights, such as a need for peer support groups, one-on-one consultations, nutrition advice, and motivational quotes. Also, there was a lot of enthusiasm for an AI assistant, which is basically a chatbot used to celebrate success. So let's look at Relivium through the eyes of Jordan, our hyper-stressed teen.
She gets to know Relivium through her school's Twitter account. She's intrigued. She downloads the app and creates a login using her student ID.
Jordan first creates her EH, or emotional health profile, answering a series of questions around her family environment, school environment, relationship situation, health and lifestyle, and etc. Relivium's AI engine, Maya, calculates Jordan's EH index. Jordan can see she is severely stressed, and Maya gives her a baseline to improve upon. Next, the AI engine presents what we call as a PAP, or a personalized activity plan, that tells Jordan what she can be doing to address her areas with stress. It can be a combination of self-help videos organized by topics, peer support groups she can join, exercises she can do, one-on-one consultations, and etc. Jordan starts following her PAP, joining a support group on school stress, and finds some great tips on improving time management and dealing with test anxiety. Just sharing her experience and finding she's not the only one going through these type of situations makes her feel so much better. She sets up a one-on-one consultation with a psychologist. She begins to talk about the stress and anxiety in her life. Relivium has a feature called an experience recorder. Jordan can record what she has experienced during her day, stressful situations, moods, and etc. The AI engine considers both things, her daily experiences and her PAP activity. Sometimes including helpful things like motivational quotes makes Jordan calmer. Jordan has been tracking her activity on her dashboard. After 7 weeks of following her PAP, she can see a substantial improvement in her EH index. She earns points and badges for keeping up with her PAP, achieving milestones. By talking to professionals, we found that celebrating success with the community is a powerful motivator, and by sharing success stories, Jordan can see that the app is helping not only herself, but also her peers. Relivium is an application designed by teens, for teens, and eventually Jordan and many others will be able to feel less alone and scared through their own journeys with stress.
To determine the market size for our solution, we use the well-known TAM, SAM, and SOM framework. The TAM is the estimated share of global teens who may regularly experience stress and anxiety issues, around 300 million teenagers. Of those, we take the percentage of teens that live in English-speaking countries that also have access to mobile internet. giving us a SAM of 18 million teenagers. To arrive at the SOM, we estimated the share of the SAM, which we believe as a company we can capture. We took 20%, which is reasonable as we are the only teen-focused solution out there. This gives us 3.6 million teens as the customer base. There are quite a few stress and emotional wellness apps out there. We looked at the top 10 most popular ones and did a feature-by-feature comparison. What we found was a majority of these apps offered a specific type of technique, such as meditation, breathing, or self-reflection. We compared Relivium to the competition with two things in mind: target segment and the degree to which they take a solution approach, and found that Relivium has a number of strong differentiators. First, none of the competing apps is targeted towards the teen or youth segment, except Udify, which targets the college demographic. Second, Relivium is the only app that takes a holistic approach to emotional health, rather than just a specific type of technique. And third, our AI-driven approach allows us to offer deep personalization. It's almost like having your own emotional coach or buddy. Having said this, we are open up to partnering up with apps such as Headspace or Calm, as our app could be highly complementary to theirs.
For pricing, we have two viable revenue streams. The B2B stream is school licensing fees, and the B2C stream is the premium subscriptions. The B2B licensing stream comes from high schools and middle schools paying a fixed monthly fee to create a school account and offer the app to all their students. For the first 6 months, our product will be free, because we want to gain traction during this time. School license fee is kept in a highly affordable range, going from about $599 to $999 monthly by year 3. We chose a fixed fee structure because schools have budgets, and with a fixed fee system, they don't know exactly how much to budget towards our app. Students signing into the app through their school account will have full access to all features, including the premium ones. The B2C premium subscription revenue comes from users who sign up directly because their school has not licensed Relivium. Adopting the freemium model, the app is free to sign up, but some features come with the paid subscription, as shown in the table. The premium subscription fee has been kept at a highly affordable $4.99 per month in year 1, rising to $6.99 by year 3. This is similar to what people are used to paying for popular apps and games. The pricing policy will be canceled anytime, no questions asked for sign-up comfort. As you can see, our sales model is a low fixed cost model with commission-based selling to schools. We plan to leverage school teachers, current and retired, to be our sales force since they know the school system best. Our marketing approach is centered around social media as well as communication channels that schools use to reach students. We have a 3-phase approach. Each phase is 1 year. Phase 1 is all about testing the validity of the product, but also to gather maximum customer feedback for rapid changes in our marketing approach. We'll do all the selling ourselves and start in our immediate market, 7 school districts, including our own, Wake County. Alongside targeting schools, we're also going to start advertising over social media platforms that teens frequent, including Instagram and TikTok. By the end of year 1, we aim to sign up 60 schools and 7,500 end users in all. Phase 2 will focus on expanding nationally. In this phase, we'll be hiring salespeople. We also want to sign up a lot of B2C end users and convert most of them to premium users. The target for year 2 is 400 schools and 100,000 users. In year 3, we aim to penetrate deeper into the US market, but also start expanding into other English-speaking countries, including Australia and Canada, with the goal of 1,200 schools and over 500,000 users. Keep in mind, by year 3, our goal is still only a 1/7 of our 3.6 million achievable base, which tells us it's a modest and reachable goal.
We have earlier shown the 2 revenue streams we have. We made conservative assumptions. For instance, the B2C channel, we assume only 5% will upgrade to premium paid version in year 1, growing to 15% by year 3. The revenues for year 1 are modest, especially as the first 6 months are free, but start growing slowly to 1.7 million in year 2, and then in year 3, we believe we can achieve a hockey stick growth to over $10 million due to more users, higher pricing, and higher premium conversions. In terms of cost, major cost items are management team compensation, sales commissions, market expenses, and product development costs. We intend to pay ourselves modest levels of compensation. Product development costs are mostly for initial app design, content generation, ongoing improvements, and maintenance fees. The team will use low-cost development resources in India and leverage low-cost tools to keep the costs low. We estimate gross profit margin to reach to 42% at the end of year 2 and 76% at the end of year 3, which is typical of margins observed in low-cost app economy business models. Negative cash flow is estimated to peak at roughly $140,000 in quarter 5, which indicates that Relivium can stand with a seed funding as little as $200,000. Apart from the founding team, we have an initial set of board members to give us around key facets of the business, and we look to expand the board as we make progress. We hope you like what you saw, and we're certainly very excited about Relivium and confident we can solve this problem in a meaningful way. We appreciate your support and happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.